much. So I'm Daniel Cochran, and I'm competitions manager here. I'm going to be your point of contact for President's Cup. Luis Salcido is next to me. We're keeping him off screen today, though. Emily Lynch is on. She's our other comps manager, and Dolores, who is going to be your point of contact for any roster issues, is on as well. So at the end, if we have any questions about rosters, we can talk to Dolores about that. So let's just get right into it then. Let's see. So first off, team credentials. So we're going to pick those up at the Hilton Tapatio Cliffs Resort. The address is here. And again, I'm going to send this document out afterwards. So y'all get all this information at your fingertips after that. So team managers will handle team credential check-in at the hotel, the Hilton Tapatio Cliffs Resort, from 4 to 7 p.m. next Tuesday, June 14th. So I will be there to help make sure we have any issues that we get those resolved, but team managers will actually go through the check-in process with USYS. And that should be pretty straightforward. So then moving on, just so everybody keep in mind that we're out here representing the state of Arizona, your clubs, ASA, and yourselves, your parents, where you came from. So let's be on our best behavior and really represent us well. So the sidelines are going to be a little bit different than how we do it here in Arizona. It's just like normal soccer. So benches will be on one side, parent sideline on the other. So make sure that y'all are aware of that going forward. And if I get any specific details on which side in terms of directional side, that's going to be, I'll send it out to you guys. But remember that the sidelines are still the coach's responsibility. So it makes it a little bit more difficult on them if we have any unruly parents, but keep in mind that that still is the coach's responsibility, even though they're on the other side of the field. Let's see. So, and then we just ask that you support other AZ teams. If you're there and on site and can stick around to support them, I know they would appreciate it as well as you would if other teams stuck around to cheer you guys on. And then just help us make sure we clean up the sidelines, just like throughout our President's Cup. We ask that you take care of the facility. Scottsdale Sports Complex and Reach 11 are really great places, and we love having the access to use those. So let's keep on being able to use them. All right, just a couple highlighted things for rules. You're going to get the link for rules there, but just a couple things. So match check-in is going to be different than how we did it for our state cup. You will not check in with USYS or Arizona staff. The referees will check you in. They'll collect your player passes and then check everybody off the game card. If you have more than 18 players on your roster, then you'll need to make sure, just like check in for state President's Cup, you let them know who's not going to be there. Those extra players can be on the bench. They just can't be in the same gear as the players, the 18 that are going to play. Unlimited subs, pretty easy. And then the uniform rule, they're going to be a lot more strict on that than we were in state. So each team has to have a light kit and a dark kit. Home team will wear white or your light color, and the away team will be in dark. That includes jerseys and socks. The shorts don't have to match what color your shirt and socks are, so they can be a different color. But make sure that every team and every player, and hound those players to make sure that they bring both their light and their dark. Okay, so the team that is, let's see, I have this right here. So according to the referee, the team that is causing the conflict, if two teams are matching, will have to change. So if the referee feels that the home team is in dark or vice versa, then they'll have to change into their other color. So just be prepared for that. Know the process for filing or the process for filing protests. I want to just point that out to you guys real quick because so it's pretty quick. We have to have things in writing within 2 hours of the match finishing. And this is going to be in our rules. Or in the President's Cup rules, the very last page. So go through that pretty clearly and be prepared that if you have to submit a protest, then you do it properly. There's a fee, and you have to have that stuff turned in and make staff members aware, and the referee and the opposing coach before you leave the field. So really be prepared for that, and just hopefully we don't have any protests, and we'll be good to go. But if you are, or if you feel like you're going to, then just make sure you do that properly. And then the red card protocol on page 3, in case we have any red cards, any players sent off, then be aware of that policy and rule from USYS. Like I said, pretty straightforward. The schedule is going to be available soon. If you haven't seen the schedule grid with each team slot, games are going to be at 7:30 or 9:30 in the morning and 6 or 8 p.m. at night. And USYS has put out a grid. I'll send that out to you guys as well with this email and this document. And so you'll be able to see at least when you played. They say 7 days before the start of the tournament, and that's tomorrow. So hopefully we'll have a schedule set in stone tomorrow. And then the team stipend checks, those will be mailed out once we get the report from USYS that teams played all games, had good behavior, and are in good standing. And then just to see what y'all get, some more info and documents and everything. If you would like a practice field that's not your home field, so let's say your team is from Tucson, you're coming up a day early and you want to train, contact Aaron Coloma at uscsoccer.org, and they'll get you in there and scheduled for a training session. And then be prepared if you win that nationals are in Greensboro, North Carolina, July 7th through 10th. Does anybody have any questions for myself and Doris? I see there are some chats up here. Let's see. Match check-in will be for each game. In regards to ear piercings, that's going to be up to the referee, like Emily said. So make sure you're prepared either way. If they can't be taped over, then be prepared to have to take them out. Does anybody else have any other questions for myself, Dolores, anything with rosters? What do they need to bring to check in on June 14th?
Basically, just just have your player cards. Usually, it varies from year to year. There's a lot of new procedures that are being implemented by USU this year. So I would just bring your player release forms, your player cards, and a team roster. Most likely to just check in is they'll hand out some information, team credentials. Most of that is just providing you with the bench credentials and other credentials to the team. They also just kind of want to make sure that the teams are in town, and if there's going to be any delays due to any travel issues, that's where they kind of want to know in advance. So you don't really have to bring a whole lot. They just kind of want to check in and make sure teams are in town, safely, and that they're ready to go.
And yes, you're correct. U12 does not have a nationals if you want. Yeah, thanks, Ben. So benches and tents will be provided. So each bench will have a tent there. And one other thing on that is we're going to have hydration stations set up for AZ youth soccer, ASA specifically, at both sides of Reach 11 and at Scottsdale. So just look out for our tents. We're trying to figure out where exactly those are going to be at each location. So I'll send out a map to you guys where to look out for those. But I mean, y'all know what our tents look like. And so y'all will be able to see that stuff, and we'll have Gatorade and water ready for you guys.
Yeah, the tournament will not provide hydration stations. Again, this is just their COVID policy. So come prepared, bring your own waters and Gatorades, but we'll also have those options available at the ASA tent.
Yep, and Shane, the 12U State Cup winners do not have a nationals. Anybody have anything else for us? Like I said, we're really excited to be able to host. We've got a few extra wildcard teams that we're really excited to have come and just have Arizona dominate this region and put on a good show on the field. So Candace, no tape on jerseys. That's correct. Nicole, yeah, everybody's going to play 3 games and then semifinals and finals based on points. We have a document that basically has the layout of what groups look like and how that's going to be scheduled. So I can include that on my email as well. But yep, every team will play 1 game a day, and then based on whoever wins the groups and second place, then they'll go on to semifinals and finals Saturday, Sunday. Anything else we need to have? And again, you guys have my contact information and Dolores as well. So if any questions come up between now and next week, then you know where to find us. And I'll get this out to you guys here tomorrow morning. And so you guys will have everything that you need. And if not, then we're really looking forward to it and ready to have some good soccer being played back out on the field. So I know it's going to be hot. I don't know if y'all looked at the forecast, but it's going to be pretty warm next week. So really make sure everybody's hydrated and prepared. I mean, not just especially players, but parents and coaches as well need to be ready to be out to eat. So. All right. Otherwise, you guys have a great evening, and again, let us know if you have any questions between now and then.
Dolores and Luis, can you stay on real quick?
We probably need to stop the recording, correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dolores.
You're welcome.